Today is February 11th and Radiator fan is out here. 2016 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. I actually repaired this fan 2 months ago. I changed it out and this motor is junk already. 2 months. They said I can use a warranty or whatever and I can just take this out and take it back and they'll give me a free replacement. So I'm going to show you how to repair it today, step by step. Since this is already the second time, I think if I get this one more time, if I change this now, maybe I'll have to repair it again one more time in the future. So here you go. Very first step is you need to remove this top cover, 10 millimeter socket, one right here. Right here. Then these parts just kind of snap in. You just gotta pull them right up. And I'll show you where they get snapped in. As you can see, there's one here, 2, 3, and then this corner the bolt holds in. So you got 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. This comes off. Next step is gonna remove this O2 sensor. So O2 sensor right down here. For this, you're definitely gonna need one of these O2 sensor wrenches. This is a 22 millimeter. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove. If you just follow this line here, goes down this way to the wiring harness. You're gonna remove this wiring harness. I'll show you how to remove that wiring harness once I get it out. So wire harness is removed. If you look at it here, if you can see, when it's in, on the bottom there's a button. It goes in like this. Underneath, in the bottom back, there will be a button, and as you can see, it kind of clips into here. So you push the button in the back and you can pull it right out. So next we're going to wrench this part out. So again, you're going to need this 22 millimeter socket O2 sensor tool. So you just hook it up to hook your wrench up to it. Once you give it a one crank, you can pretty much do it by hand. So O2 sensor's out. Look at that thing. Alright, next thing we're gonna remove is the heat shield. Yet again, 10 millimeter. And this one just has the 3 at the top. So you get those 3 out, and this should come right out. Actually, oh, there's 2 more. Sorry about that. Okay, so this heat shield needs to be removed, and there's 5 10mm nuts. So 1, 2, 3 under here in this tight space. Under here in this tight space by this hose, and then the last one's right here, which has this thing on it. So now with those out, we can remove the heat shield. And this sits on there kind of tight, so you're just gonna have to wiggle it out. Just gotta move it around to be able to get it out. And then there you go. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna remove this reservoir, and then we'll start removing some of these harnesses, and then we can pull it out. So slide to your left and pull it out. I'd like to remove one of these hoses, but it's alright. I'm just going to put it over here. Hopefully that's good right there. Okay, so next thing is we're going to start removing some of the wire harnesses in here. We're going to start removing some of the wire harnesses. There's 2 here, 1 and 2, if you can see it. 1, 2. 1, 2. When I get it out, I'll show you how they are removed. You pull the tab and then press. Okay, so to remove these harnesses, these 2 harnesses from the radiator fan itself, these get connected to the radiator fan. There are these yellow tabs there. So what you need to do is you need to pull out the yellow tab first. You can see here. You pull out the yellow tab. So yellow tab gets pulled out, and then there's a button there. You just press it in, and then you can pull it out. So there's 2 of them. Remove the 2 and unclip them from these holding areas. There's these little plastic screw things that goes in these holes here. Just pull them out so you can move them on the side, because they're going to be in the way. And I'm going to put these all the way over here so they are totally out of the way. There is one more thing here you need to remove that's connected to the fan itself. These are the connectors that there's just being held in place here. This is for the AC, and then we just need to unlock those clips. So when I get them, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so like I said, there is this 2 parts for the AC hose that come up here that gets connected to the fan itself, and they're held in with this kind of handcuff looking thing. The way this one works is, if you see here on your right, it's going to be on the right side, your right, you just pull this thing back, and you can see how this locks in. So you just pull it back, pull it back. So you see how this thing works, right? Is you just pull this thing back and then it unclips like that. You'll be able to get it out, and then I just use a screwdriver. You can use a screwdriver or any kind of you know, one of those pulling tools, the plastic ones, and just remove it. Just get it in here and remove it from the actual radiator fan housing itself, because it gets attached to it so it doesn't move. Okay, so once you get that part out, now these are free to be moved to the side. And then there are two clips that actually hold the radiator fan to the radiator itself. So one is right next to that hosing, the hose for that AC that you just removed the clip on. And then the second one is here on your left. So one on the left, one on the right. There's only two of them. That's it. I'll show you how to unclip them when I get them out. Those are actually easy to remove. You just unclip them and move the... You can actually just pretty much move them a bit and slide the radiator up itself. So you just barely need to unclip it and then slide the whole radiator up. Okay, so we got it up. We're able to remove it from there. Now I have the whole fan system, radiator fan housing itself out. Then you just need to wiggle it out of here. Okay, so we got the radiator fan to move now. I just unclipped it. So basically all you need to do is find a way to wiggle it out of here. It's gonna be real tight, but you can get it out. And since it's the old fan, who the fuck cares if you ruin it? But just know that the other fan goes in like the same way. So there isn't really any super easy way to get this out, but what I did is I just kind of forced it back a little bit and then angle it to your right. So if you can see this side's higher, just get it out of position and then you can pull it pretty much right out. Just be careful. So these parts will get stuck on stuff, so you're gonna just have to like move them out of the way. Here on your left side, get it up a bit more. Watch out for the clips getting stuck on stuff, and then move it a bit more again. So again, just kind of wiggle it. These things are gonna get stuck on items. They're gonna get stuck on stuff. So kind of wiggle it out. It goes out, like I said, it kind of goes out this way and up. So there you go. That's the removal. Alright, so that's the removal part of it all. Now I do suggest that you be very careful when you remove this thing, because you don't want to hit this these radiator parts. You don't want to ruin this. This is the condenser, I think. Yeah, see this, the silver parts over here. So let's have a look at what it looks like in here with it removed. So this is the front of the car here, just in case you didn't know. That's what it looks like. This is where the clip is on the left, on your left. This is the clip on your right that the radiator fan gets slipped up out of. Okay, that's it. Now I gotta go return this and then bring the new one. When I put it back in, I'll just show you again. It's basically the same thing, but backwards. The fuse here for this radiator fan, which frequently blows, and I mean that in two different ways. Just need a flathead screwdriver. It's a spring-loaded thing. Lift that up. It's a 50 here on the top left. And this thing comes with a fuse puller if you want to use it. Just remove the 50.